Hello, everybody.
Greetings, friends.
It's Jim.
And Dave's
Beer review.
Dave, what's on tap for this beer review?
We have some Clown Shoes beer.
All right, actually, take a look.
Gargoyle Love Song 2018.
Some people want to fill the world with pretty gargoyle love songs.
It's a 10.5 ABV.
And I say, what's wrong with that? Because I need to know what this tastes like.
Clown Shoes has some really cool artwork on their bottles.
Yeah, this is a stout aged in bourbon barrels with vanilla beans added. And that sounds like a recipe for deliciousness to me.
Deliciousness.
It's an American Imperial Stout. This is the 2018 version, in case I didn't say that. Now, Dave, on the back here, there is some nice text. And they actually used a condensed font, so it's big and able to read.
Oof.
Gargoyles gone wild? Question mark. Those bastards were meant to protect the city. Instead, they started to tear buildings apart. Fortunately, Crasher fired up his jetpacks, swooped in, and sang them a love song. Swoop, there it is. He sang them a love song. Now for this, the 2018 version, we barrel-aged Undead Party Crasher in high-end bourbon barrels and had large quantities of vanilla beans. So this is basically the recipe for the one you were saying you wanted to try again, which was the Undead Party Crasher.
Undead is the best one.
So why wouldn't they just call it Undead Party Crasher Bourbon Barrel Edition? They had to give it a special name then? That's fine by me. You know, market your beer whatever you want.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Can we focus on the beer review, please?
I'm focusing in on beer and reviewing that beer, so forth and so on. Ooh. It's like Rice Krispies. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait up there, buddy. Black as night, tan head.
It smells
very
really
loud.
good.
Ah, yes.
Oh, it smells really good.
This is, somehow Dave and I wound up liking the same style.
Oh
and this is
God.
probably our favorite type of style, so.
Oh my god.
So,
I
bourbon.
was just listening to it, and the smell went wafting to my nostrils, and I was like, oh my god.
And you know when something wafts to your nostrils, that's a good sign.
Well, because I have big nostrils.
Yes, you are the Wizard of Schnoz.
Wizard of Schnoz.
You are a prognosticator. You are a Nostradamus.
I like that. I'm a Nostradamus.
Yes.
I have a big nose, and you know they say about people with big noses, right?
Yep, and a lot of people go to you and say, "Are you Jewish?" Because damn, dude.
I'm all
Jewish
German.
people go to him and they're like, "Damn, dude, you got a
I'm
big
more
nose."
than half German. Or
Well,
something.
now we're gonna get banned because that sounded racist.
No, I mean I'm German. My dad was completely 100% German.
Cheers, everybody. Very smooth. Delish.
Best one of the night.
Well, considering it's our favorite style, the other ones weren't. That is not saying a whole
I
lot.
like the IPA, but it's not much that I like pours and stouts.
You know, it's interesting. I'm looking at the top of your glass here, and even though the head is gone, I'm still seeing a lot of little dancing bubbles on the top.
It was singing like Rice Krispies for a little bit.
Let's see, am I doing that? Did I put down this angle? It's still the same? Yes, it is. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, you know, Dave, one thing as a home brewer I've discovered, it's very hard to get long-lasting and large amounts of head and retention when you do a stout.
Well, it
Like
takes
you
a
never
while to
see,
get that head, right?
Well, you never see a large amount, like say on a Belgian strong ale, where you can have a really huge head on it when you pour.
You should make some Belgian stuff, like some triples.
I've got two in the back room. I've got a Belgian quad,
Triples?
and it's a quad.
It's a quad. Okay.
And one is a Belgian quad that is an Easter quad.
What does Easter quad mean?
Well, the recipe basically had two ingredients from the Bible: cardamom seed in the boil, and pomegranate syrup in the secondary.
Pomegranate.
That's what the recipe called for. Those are two ingredients that are in the Bible.
That's a flavor all by itself that should be with nothing else added.
Well, the thing I find challenging about it is that the fact that it has sugar in it. So sugar is fermentable. So when I add it to the secondary,
you put sugar into every single beer you put.
Not necessarily.
No. Has there been a batch you've never put sugar into?
Well, it depends what kind of sugar you're talking about. If you mean like corn
I'm
dextrose.
talking about sugar.
Well,
like
no,
the white stuff.
well, the white stuff would be more for a Belgian strong ale.
Like when we made our beer, it was a stout. We put sugar in it.
No, I put honey in it.
Put sugar in it too, didn't we?
No.
I think we did.
No.
I think we did.
No, maybe we did.
I think I filmed it.
But yeah, no, the Belgians back there, so it should be interesting. But the syrup, which was a pomegranate syrup, again has sugars in it, so it's kind of confusing to me that if it ferments all, will there still be any pomegranate flavor left? And if you're supposed to not let it all ferment, what point do you bottle it? So that should be interesting. I've never put a syrup or anything in the secondary fermenter. This was the first time.
You have a lot of firsts because you haven't been doing it that long.
Well, yeah, this is like, I guess I'm on batch number 11 or 12.
All experimentations.
So, and, you know, they say, oh, you should keep doing the same batch until you get it right. And I'm just like, well,
I don't think so.
I like bouncing around doing different stuff. Matter of fact, tomorrow will be my first Russian River approved recipe of Pliny the Elder. So that should be.
Never had it before, so I don't know.
Actually, I didn't give it the 10 that most people. I gave it 8 out of 10 because they use Simcoe hops. I'm not a huge Simcoe fan, but
Do they sell that in bottles or just on draft?
probably. But in this area, I've only ever had it on draft. It becomes like a thing too. And if
Thing?
Pliny the Younger shows up, oh, forget about it. You gotta buy tickets.
Well, you went last week just after you left my house and went and got one, right? So that wasn't like any.
That was an elder, yeah.
That was an elder.
Well, my thought was that if I was going to be brewing it, I would like to have a sample to compare the taste to.
No, what I meant was it wasn't like it, you know. I'm saying usually when you talk about Pliny the Elder, it's like there's a line and then like after
No,
a
that's
while,
Pliny the Younger.
Oh, Younger. Was it Pliny Elder and the Pliny Younger?
Yeah.
The Younger's more sought out than the Elder.
Right, because that is one that is considered best if drunken very, very, very fresh. A lot of IPAs are like that.
Well, I guess they get these things in kegs.
Yep, I would imagine so. And the reason you buy tickets is to guarantee a pour. So I guess they sell a certain number of tickets. Because the one time I did get in line, and the line was literally out the door, and the crowd was nuts. I remember just standing in the door hoping I could get somewhere near the bar to order one, and someone says, oh, it was kicked. And I was like, well, I didn't buy tickets, that's what you get. Anyway, but we digress. We're talking about clown shoes here.
Clown Shoes is very good stuff. I like this a lot. I give this 8.5.
Oh, it's up there. For me, it's knocking on a 9. I find it very smooth, excellent
I like
flavor,
the smell.
great smell.
Great smell.
Love the vanilla notes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the vanilla notes are from the vanilla beans or from the bourbon barrel aging, because oak can, in my experience, impart a vanilla type note. Definitely has a little bit of bourbon flavor. It's not a heavy bourbon flavor, so I imagine this is somewhat blended, because they must put it in multiple barrels, of course. And so I imagine each barrel tastes a little different, but when they put them all together, it blends.
We should actually do a whiskey review one time, Jim.
Well, if you want to.
Because it's a whiskey that's aged in stout.
Beer barrels.
In beer barrels.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
Stout
actually,
barrels.
if you really want to do them, I have a maple bourbon upstairs. Actually, I have some oak cubes, toasted French oak cubes that are currently sitting in the maple bourbon I just mentioned, and I was going to add those to that one Belgian quad I mentioned.
You put them in the whiskey.
They're soaking in the whiskey right now.
Oh.
Well, bourbon,
What-
maple bourbon.
You bought that? Wait, didn't we finish that bottle off already?
I bought another one. Yep.
Oh.
So my plan is
That
I'm
was a
going
good
to check the ABV of my current Belgian quad because it's going into the 3rd month now. And I thought, well, before I bottle it, I'll put it in like a week.
It's been doing that for 3 months without bottling it.
Well, yeah, you got to age it. I want to make sure it is completely fermented. You know, the fermentation slows down, and I would call it conditioning.
I would hope it don't go bad.
No, it's sealed up. It shouldn't go bad at all.
It's been sitting there for so long.
Yeah, but if you look at the airlock, it's still got a pressure.
Unrefrigerated, just sitting there festering. For that long?
It's got no signs of contamination on the top, which is where it would show up.
Well, you
And
know.
I've talked to other people on the internet. There's a homebrewing group on Facebook, and one guy said, "Yeah, I let my quad condition in the secondary for 3 months."
Okay. Well, you know best.
Well, it's probably ready to bottle now, but like I said, I really wanted to add the maple bourbon infused oak cubes to it to give it a little bit of that barrel aged character.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Because why not?
Because why not?
So 2 quads in a row. That was really good.
Yes. Yeah. Right. You've had some other beers sitting there in your closet aging for a while too.
Yeah, absolutely. I got the Darker Lord Stout, which is a clone of I guess it's a Dark Lord Stout from somebody else. I don't know. You weren't crazy about that one, but
No.
it's been aging about 6 months. It got better, so I figured I'd let it go for a year. We'll try it again in November.
Yes, because the last time I had it, I was like not too enthused.
Yeah, I don't know. You seem to get this.
You know, it didn't taste good at all, man. It just
Oh, I
tastes
don't know. I
like,
thought it pretty tasted okay.
No.
The only thing I wish I finished it off before I fell asleep.
I think you need a little more sugar in it or something to add more taste to it or something.
Well, it could have been just, it was a partial malt extract kit, so. I don't know. I could have screwed it up because I guess I don't get a really vigorous boil on my stove, which is why I bought a propane thing. Anyway, we're at 11 minutes. Again, we keep digressing away from this beer. I think this is a very good one. Dave, you gave it what, 8.5?
8.5. I liked it a lot. This is the Jimm and Dave's beer review on cut, unfiltered, raw. We do what we want.
Yeah, if I ever get around to editing this stuff, all the crap we're just talking about will so be on the.
We'll have like a 2-minute video about the beer
Right, I'll put in some graphics to make it look like we actually have a budget.
with explosions and stuff.
Yes, and maybe girls bringing the number out of the round.
Yeah, there you go. One, yeah,
And should be in a bikini
15,012.
because I respect women.
I love women.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
So I give this drum
What?
roll, Dave.
What?
Drum roll.
What?
Not on the iPad.
And it's
I
only
think
on
about
the
your
finger.
knees or something.
It's already got enough fingerprints.
Oh, let me
on it.
just pound on the sensitive electronic device.
Not
How
true.
dare you? Give me that.
Look at all the fingerprints.
Ah, Dave.
That's all for
What do you? Where have your hands been?
That's not.
This feels like a woman, boss. Sorry. SCTV reference to a million years ago. All
Okay.
right, so I give it a dun 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 dun. Row, you slaves! This is the Roman Empire. I give it 8.75
Oh, that was awesome, man.
because I like it better than you.
I felt like I was watching, like, Three Stooges meet Hercules. Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
Here comes the dog. She's got that guy's voice from the director from the Ten
That was an
Commandments.
awesome movie, by the way, man. Three Stooges meet Hercules.
Yeah.
Awesome movie.
Do you remember the old cartoon Hercules movie where there was like this centaur was going Herc Herc?
Yeah.
That's all I remember about the show is the guy going Herc Herc.
It's on YouTube.
Is it?
Everybody's got to watch YouTube stuff.
Yeah. Sign in. If you don't have a YouTube account, please get one because this guy keeps cursing every one of his beer reviews. and I
Well,
gotta make
if
it
you're
follow.
going to watch our reviews, you need to be signed on to Google for it
So
to
you
be
can like your
registering and stuff.
So there you go. 8.5 from Dave, 8.75 from me. A very,
Oh.
very good. I mean, how would you think this could be improved to get it a 10?
No more alcohol.
Okay.
That's about it. Because it really tasted really good.
No, it's very, very good. Just not. We've had 10s
It's
before.
not Dragon's Milk worthy. It's not blasphemy
I
worthy.
don't even know if Dragon's Milk is Dragon's Milk anymore, to be
Oh
honest with
my
you.
God!
Well,
What do you think of the 10 now?
I think they're mass producing it now. It's just not what it used to be. It's still very good.
What are you gonna give? What, blueberry braggot or something to give a 10? What?
I don't remember what I gave Blueberry Bragg.
I gave it like an
Anyway.
8.5 or something.
Blah, blah. Oh, geez, only 30 seconds left. Well, 35 seconds. Listen, women are pregnant, shouldn't drink alcohol beverages at the risk of birth defects. You should not operate heavy machinery or drive a car if you're under the influence of alcohol. And, of course, excessive drink can cause health problems. And the reason we try these different beers is we believe that you should drink great
And
beers.
we love to be friends.
And you're our friends, so
Yes,
please
we
subscribe
love
to
you.
our channel, give us a thumbs up or thumbs down,
Yep.
and all that stuff like
Yep.
that there.
Yep.
Comment, like, thumbs up, thumbs
Up,
down.
down,
Share, all that
round
good
and
stuff.
round, swirly.
All right. Boy, got a lot of editing
We
to do on
love
this
you.
one. See you, Dave.
Bye, Dave.